The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to today's Platinum webinar with your host, Todd Walters.
Thank you, Andrea. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great holiday season. It is upon us. Can you believe it? Man, what happened to 2015? It just kind of flew by. It's amazing how fast this. I don't know about you, but like it seems every day just they get faster and faster. It's crazy. The older you get. My oldest is getting ready to turn 20 years old. Like, oh my goodness, that makes me feel older. Not old, but older. And so anyway, I get reminded of it when I try to get up every day. You know, sometimes some days are a little harder than others, getting out of the bed. So but it has been a great year, right? 2015, by all measures, for everybody on this webinar today, was really good. I mean, like really good. Some records were set here in terms of income, sales volume, and expansion of real estate businesses. And we're very, very happy for you and proud of you guys at doing that. So it's a testament to you, the hard work and the commitment that you put in. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. And I've got several things I want to share with you. So before we kind of get into the real meat of what I've got for you today, that will be extremely, extremely helpful for you and relevant to your real estate business right now if you're interested in making a lot more money in 2016. I threw up on the screen from the coaching site just reminders again about, hey, what's coming up here at the first of the year. And it's always important that we do this. Okay, the members, you know, going through the surveys and looking at your comments and your emails and surveying via our coaches, the members, what we're discovering, Craig and I, is that the guys that are making the most amount of money from their real estate business using our business plan and system, okay, the number one commonality is they attend the live events. Like they don't miss them, okay? So that is the number one commonality. So many of you watching right now, looking at the computer screen, have a choice to make here in 2016 right out of the chute, okay? So coming up, January 16th and 17th, you can see it's right there on your screen. I'll circle it again with my highlighter, okay? Okay, here it is. And in March, okay, here it is. I'm doing 2 Platinum business building boot camps. Both of them are the same. It's the same agenda, so I want to encourage you to pick one. If you're in Florida, obviously you'd probably go to the one in March 12th through 13th. If you're in the southern part of the United States, you know, those of you in Canada, it's pretty obvious. You're going to go to the one January 16th and 17th. We will do a business building boot camp, regional boot camp, later in the year, on the West Coast somewhere. I just don't know the dates on that yet. But look, you want to get your business going right out of the chute here, right out of 2016, I'd get to one of these business building boot camps. And if you're not really sure what they're about, I will say this. This won't be the first time we've done these. I did one earlier in 2015 in Orlando. It was a massive hit. We had about 300 of you there. The room was packed, and it was wildly successful. All of day one. No frills. 100% day one spent working on getting more listings, taking each one of our systems that are working the best right now for our members and breaking them down. I's dotted, T's crossed, what to do, what not to do, mistakes to make, what the controls are, because there's always a control. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. There's a control. There's the copy. There's what we want you to copy, and then we can test against that. Okay, but many of you, for example, will send, and I'm going to show you. You're going to get a laugh at some of the marketing examples I'm going to show you here momentarily, but some of you guys will send marketing stuff over, and it's like, oh, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, because if you do it and it doesn't work, I'm just going to tell you why didn't you copy, you know, the control for that particular marketing system? You know, why are you spinning it around? And you know, it's a good question. It's good, and it's a relevant question to ask. So you want to know what those are, specifically what it is that you should do when you're rolling out a new marketing system or an existing marketing system, the exact franchise system. Well, that's what these regional boot camps are designed to do. Okay, we come to your area, and for the first day, day one, we look at your what's working, what's not working for the majority of members in the area on getting listings, and that's what we show you. Day two is about your team, your people. You are only as good as the people around you. You can be the greatest real estate agent marketer in the world, but if you don't have really good skilled people on your team to the level that you need them to be, it's still going to be a struggle, right? So I can only think of the Atlanta Braves this year. Holy moly. Okay, they weren't very good. And that's how good they were, their team. Okay, it just it didn't work. So they're out now getting new players, working diligently on it. And some of you are thinking about doing the same thing for your team. So that's day two. You want a more productive team, efficient team, better people. What do you do? What do you do in an emergency when you need them? And what do you do throughout the year to always be recruiting, hiring the right people, join your team, and managing those guys? So that's day two. So these are really good boot camps, and boot camp is the right word here. Platinum level boot camps. We'll encourage you to get to one. And obviously, we're looking forward to seeing every one of you in April at the Platinum Money Making Summit. Okay? So anyway, so I wanted to get that out there and make sure everybody was aware of that and excited to attend, because I am pumped up to be there and share with you guys all that we've got to share. So anyway, let's get right into this. The topic of today's session, I don't know if I've ever really discussed this much with you. I know Craig and I have talked about it a lot over the couple of decades that I've been involved with him, and that is this time of year in general. Like this time of year, what do you do, what do you don't do? Do you ramp up marketing, or do you not ramp up marketing? And it's the holiday season. Here we are in between U.S. Thanksgiving. You got Christmas coming up, New Year's, other holidays, Hanukkah, and in whatever holiday season you're involved in, based on your faith or whatever you like to do. The majority of people, for example, this coming year, majority of people in North America are celebrating Christmas. Not all, but majority. So what does that do to the marketplace? Does it slow it down? Does it take people off of their mission to go and find a house? Well, many of you right now will pick up the phone and call back your leads, and they will tell you, right, well, we're not thinking about doing anything until after the holidays. But is that because of the holidays, or is that just what they use? They just say, instead of it being, say, May, and they say, well, we're not thinking about doing anything until July. So instead of using a different month like they would be in May, this time of year, did they just use the holidays? Did they just say it till after the first of the year? Is it the same as when you call the leads back early in the year and they just, they throw out 2 or 3 months in the future when they're thinking about maybe doing something? Is that what it is? And the answer is, well, I don't know, because we're not these people. All we know is what we hear. Okay, so here's what we recommend. Selling real estate is a process, not in an event. Okay, let me repeat that. Selling real estate, okay, or buying real estate rather, for that matter, would be better. Buying real estate, buying a home. Process, not an event. Okay, so everybody got that? All right. So which means that when people show up as a lead, they're going to be showing up probably not very well planned, not very well prepared. The majority of leads that you get, it's not like they planned this a year ago and said, okay, January 15th, 2016, I'm going to buy a house. Okay, they don't necessarily do that. The people just discover. They discover that they have a need or desire to go and buy a house. Bigger home, smaller home, okay, sell something to do something else. Lifestyle changes happen abruptly many times. Okay, get married, get unmarried, have kids, kids go away. Okay, all those things affect the purchase and sale of real estate, correct? So does supply and demand in the marketplace. Is it easy? Is it hard? I'm going to make money. I'm going to lose money. All of those factors come into play, and it's always going. Like it never stops spinning in one direction or another. Okay, for people in their lives, right? So Since buying a home is a process and not an event, when people show up, when you generate leads and they show up, when they show up, what you get, what you see is it's just where they are. Like, for example, when somebody shows up and says, hey, I want to talk to you about selling my house, come on over. Okay, well, that would be kind of rare, right? We don't get lots of those calls. The majority of leads we get aren't like that, but we do get some calls like that. And you also get some buyers who show up and say, hey, there's a home over here, 291 Main Street. I want to go buy that house. Can you help me buy it? So you get those leads, but those aren't they're not the majority of leads, right? So some people do show up in the process of buying or selling, ready to go right now, but the majority do not. The majority show up and there's something going on. Well, I've got to sell my house. We've got to clean our house up. We're not sure what we're going to do. I'm maybe getting a divorce. I may be getting married. We are getting married. We haven't had set the date yet. I've been transferred. I start my new job. I don't win. Those kinds of things, right? They just show up and there's something going on. My credit's not good. I don't have enough money to put down. So I need time for those things to develop and work. So people just get involved and wherever they are in life is just where they are. Okay, so as long as you know that buying a home is a process and not necessarily an event, then you will take on the attitude that you just never stop marketing. There is no like, well, let me take a break from marketing. So let's make sure everybody understands this. You are in the marketing business. And one of the most common questions that Craig Proctor and I get this time of year is, do I slow down? Do I wait to launch my marketing campaign for this that I want to do till January or February? And we're not necessarily the best guys to ask those questions about, to say, should I wait? Our prescription is like, you don't wait on anything, and who makes the rules that you only do one thing or another, okay? The marketing system that you guys have here, that you've been exposed to, and we've given you, has many, well over a dozen, very specific, tangible methods for getting listings, for example. Okay, and I think the count in the Platinum program is well over 40 methods for getting listings. In the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Guide, we focus on a few. Okay, in the business plan, we try to draw your attention to a few. It's not necessarily the ones that you only do those. But let's face it, you really only need about 7 measurable marketing systems to make over $1 million selling real estate. That's on average. What I've discovered, from working with Platinum members here for now 11 years. Okay, so with that, no, you don't stop marketing unless your marketing is not working. And even then, is it not working because of your message, okay, or the medium? Those things don't match up, or is it genuinely just not a good marketing message to begin with? Maybe you need to stop it. So that's how you measure things. You measure it based on response and ROI, and it just doesn't stop. You may take Christmas Day off or New Year's Day off, or in the States here, last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, who knows, most people take the whole freaking week off for U.S. Thanksgiving. It may be the most extended holiday that we have in the United States. It's crazy. But bottom line is you don't take time off for marketing, because you don't know when buyers and sellers are going to show up motivated and needing to buy and sell. When most real estate agents take off, that's when you take off. And when I mean they take off, meaning not work, you take off, meaning put the pedal to the freaking metal. It's great times to grow market share. I'll give you some examples. Recessions. I've been through 3 documented recessions here in Metro Atlanta. Okay, 3 that I can remember in my 20 years of hands-on selling real estate. And through each one of those recessions, we gained great markets. Business grew. And the reason was we put the gas pedal down, man. While other real estate agents were taking off, not working, we took off. In other words, we put the gas pedal down and we didn't let off. Okay? So, first advice number 1. The holidays are not an excuse to blow off or shrink back from growing your real estate business on any level. Craig and I we've got a conference coming up here in 2 weeks. for our first ever broker owner conference. Like, we looked around at things, and we could have said, well, it's December, we're really busy, we got the holidays going on, we got other conferences and stuff going on. Let's just wait till January, February to do that thing. We could have done that, but you can see it's not where. As a matter of fact, today James McDonald is in Charlotte doing a Craig Proctor half-day seminar. He was in Atlanta yesterday, and I was down there and gave a testimonial and did what I could to help James and the people here in Metro Atlanta that attended. I think next week or later this week they're in Orlando, Fort Lauderdale. So there's no let up here, man. There's no let up at all. We are full at it. Now, we'll take a few days off around the holiday, but that's okay because the marketing systems are the automatic reverse prospecting systems. They work whether we are working or not to pull in business, and that's what we want to drill down on today, right? So I want to make sure we get that out of the way. Holidays are no excuse to shrink back from or take off or put off or delay anything when it comes to business growth. You measure your business marketing systems based on ROI. Okay, ROI. As far as I know, Christmas one day, New Year's one day, a few days in between, people may be doing something, but when folks need to buy or sell, they're still responding. We would run ads. I remember getting leads Thanksgiving Day. I'm sure some of you did, right? Okay, yes, you'll probably get some Christmas Day. People are, they do their Christmas gift. I was talking to Andrea before the call, and she said, yeah, there's only 4 of us in our family here in Texas, and we're going to get together and do our holiday thing. Okay, my family, I got, mom, my mom and dad's divorced, my wife's mom and dad separated, everybody's remarried, so that creates like 2 families I got to go visit, 2 families she's got to go visit. That's 4 families got to get. Those extended families, huge. It's massive. It takes like days to accomplish this. So it's different for different people, and that's what you need to know. So you got to be careful about thinking about yourself. Here's a good example, and then I want to show you guys some marketing that sucks. Okay, I got it up on the screen right now, and if Jeff's on the call, I don't mean to pick on Jeff here, and I probably shouldn't be so harsh, but it really does suck. So we'll get into it in a minute, because there are things that you do, there are things that you don't do this time of year. We're gonna get into all that, and I'm gonna help you. You're gonna put a plan together here today for 2016 over the next 30 days that I think will benefit you. Okay. But anyway, I lost my train of thought there. When I was telling you, I had a story I was going to roll out there, and it's kind of irrelevant. But I will say this. All right. When you run ads, okay, you just simply measure the results of the ad and the marketing that you did. Period. It either works to make you money, or it doesn't. Now, some of you are drunk right now on leads. You're just drunk, like you're intoxicated with the lead. You can't think straight because you have leads. You believe that that's a great thing. And I'm not going to say that it's a bad thing. I'm just going to say, hey, what you're spending money on, is it making you money? Okay, so if we look at a typical, say, newer platinum member, and some of you are on the webinar today, okay, fairly new to the platinum level here, Millionaire Agent System. And I have a conversation with you, and the conversation is something like, hey, okay, well, why don't you tell me where your last 5 closings come from? And the platinum member many times will want to respond with, but before I do that, Todd, let me tell you all the things I'm doing. And sometimes I will listen, and then sometimes I will say, no, I want to know where your last 5 closings came from. That was my question. I'm trying to help you make money. But I understand members have their own belief system in terms of how they think they should be helped, and that's okay. That's good. But I have my system for helping people that's well beyond debate, and that it works, right? So when I say, where did your last 5 closings come from, and I listen to the agent tell me what all they're doing, what I hear what they're doing. I'm spending money on this. I got leads. I got this. Okay, but it still doesn't necessarily tell me what I want to know. Where's the business coming from? Where are you making money from? So grab a piece of paper here. Okay, grab a piece of paper right now. Notebook paper's fine. Everybody with me? You got it? Good. All right. on your piece of notebook paper, just write down. Since this is a platinum program, most of you have been in the program right now, you should be able to identify your last 10 closings. Okay, so go ahead and write it down. Your last 10 closings in order. What source of business, what source did they come from? Amen. Okay, everybody get that? All right. So what source of business did it come from? Good. So you're doing a good job. Got 10, last 10 closings. What source of business did it come from? All right. Just write that down. Now, here's what you're going to notice. Not all of you, but some of you, if not the majority, is that where your business is coming from, you're probably spending the least amount of money on those things right now. And the things that you're spending the most amount of money on every month, you're getting the least business from. That's not all of you, but I know for a fact that will be half or more of you. Okay, so my second piece of advice today is stop. Stop getting drunk and intoxicated and losing focus on your business because of leads. Okay, yes, we need leads, but we must measure the marketing system based on return of the investment, period.
Todd, this is Andrea.
Yep.
I hate to interrupt. I just got back on from the bus stop, and I noticed we're still in the upcoming events screen. There we go.
I know. I'm trying to hide. I was trying to hide some of the. I was trying to hide what I wanted to show, so that's okay. I'll show it now. That but I didn't want to steal my thunder too much.
Good job.
Yep. Yep. Just a little monologue here, and trying to get people on an exercise, and we're going to take a look at some marketing that works, that sucks. So, and I did mention that. You're right. I did mention that a minute ago. So thanks. All right. Okay. So let me get back to this. All right. So you've got your piece of paper. You've written down your last 10 closings and where they come from. Okay. So my second advice for this season is to be very, very careful of leads and be very, very focused on what you're making money from. Okay. And by looking at your last 10 closings and trying to separate that from the intoxication with leads, it should tell you where your business is at right now, what you should be doing right now, okay, over the holiday season. So I'll give you an example. If the majority of those 10 transactions, say 5 of them, came from past clients' sphere referral business. So what do you think you should be doing right now, okay, in terms of marketing? Do we move forward with our referral marketing newsletter that we want to send out, a referral marketing news system in December and January? Or, like many of you have emailed me and said that you were going to not do that, you're going to wait till February or whatever. It doesn't make sense, right? You just don't do that, okay? So that's why you want to measure where your business comes from and avoid getting intoxicated or drunk on the leads. The leads reveal where you're spending money and there's not very much return there. That just reveals opportunities that you want to continue to work on and get better at conversion, right? So that's number 2 here. All right. Now, 2016 has already started. It's unlikely that you're going to go out there and put a bunch of homes under contract this week that are going to close in December. They're probably going to be into January. So in reality, what you're doing now is affecting your 2016 year, is it not? Great. Okay? So the third thing that I got for you is let's talk about what not to do. Okay? Let's make sure that we don't move forward here over the next few weeks at a time where there is a little less demand, okay, over the holidays. There's a little less demand for real estate, which means we have to be very careful about making mistakes. It will cost us even more money. Okay? That's why I wanted you to write down where your last 10 closings come from. Focus on where the business is. Invest more time and energy there. Okay? If you want to increase marketing dollars on something right now, that's where you do it, where the majority of your business is coming from now. Okay? Good. So, number 3, stop doing stupid things, spending money. We just can't afford that. All right, so let's look at this example here from Jeff, and I did mention that had this on the screen a little bit ago, and I'm sorry I wasn't showing it to you, but I am now. And I have to be careful. You guys know how this works. Like sometimes we'll show the screen, we'll pause it, and then we're moving things around and pulling documents and things out there to open up the screen again. So that's what's going on here. But let's look at Jeff's marketing. And this is, I think, a Smart Zip letter, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So anyway, one of the things that I've had problems with in my business and problems helping you guys do is combining marketing that is of a less branded nature, like a free home evaluation or find out what your home is worth online, with some sort of branded marketing. Okay, just never seems to work out all that great. Okay, in terms of response, there's so many other good systems. So I don't know how you're doing with things like Smart Zip. Okay, but that's why I wanted you to write down where your last 10 closings come from, and let's focus on investment of time and capital money there, and then what you're spending money on that you're not making money with. We need to seriously analyze the opportunity there. Okay, you need to do that with your coach. Now that involves a serious conversation and consultation as you move into 2016. Okay, is it you? Okay, or is it something else? Is it the marketing itself? We need to find out. So look at this thing here from Jeff. Okay, and I know what Jeff did here. He basically copied and pasted this letter from Smart Zip and sent it out. Okay, so let's talk about that. Smart Zip, they don't sell houses. They just help people identify those that might be interested in selling. And then you're the marketer. So when you copy and paste other people's stuff that have never sold homes before, and or when you listen to people's advice, trainers' advice, that don't sell that many houses, they do a few, but they've never had high levels of success. You have to know that caution would be how you would proceed. It's always with skepticism. Okay, Craig Proctor, me, many of you guys, I've sold thousands and thousands of homes, successfully taught other people to do the same. So we're pretty safe to listen to, would you say? Yep. All right, so just a good piece of advice there. So be careful where you go and who you listen to. All right, so look at this marketing piece, and let's just kind of break it down because it'll basically set the tone for what I'm going to share with you next. Okay, I'm going to grab my pen here, and I'm going to do a little drawing. Okay, the brand, okay, which I guess Jeff thinks is his brand, Quality First, is worthless, meaningless, does nothing to get Jeff business, nothing. Okay, there's no USP, no call to action, nothing in this prime spot of real estate. Okay, so this should be an excuse. This letter should be an excuse or reason for Jeff here to deliver to his prospects his unique selling proposition. Okay, he has the leads. This is a follow-up letter. Okay, we already know that combining a home evaluation offer with branded marketing coming from a real estate agent, not that effective. Okay, so what can we do to make this effective? All right, well, here's what I take issue with and what's missing. Okay, there's absolutely no USP or call to action here. So let's stop and let me pull my normal drawing tool together, and let me pull up the coaching site and take you guys somewhere. Let me erase the drawings. All right, check this out. I'm going to go to the ad generator, and I'm going to help Jeff out and all of you. I'm going to make this really easy. Okay, I went to Tools, Ad Generator, USP Ad Generator for sellers. Okay, and I'm going to help Jay. I'm going to help him out. Okay, and you want to know what that headline or that header should say? Okay, well, here it is. Okay, this is it right here. All of this. Just stretch this out, and you'll be good. That's the header. Okay, so here's what this is broken down as. Unique selling proposition, i.e. performance guarantee. Okay, call to action, offering a free report. Lead with that. Offer to call you direct last. Okay, we get that? Now, why are we leading with the free report offer? Well, I know Jeff is direct mailing people who have indicated they're considering making a move, okay, which means that they're not now business. The vast majority of these people from this lead source here, Smart Numbers, Bold Leads, pick it, it's majority not now business. They're just not interested in making a move right now. All right, so you got to lead with the free report offer. That's the universal offer. Okay, that's the universal offer. You're trying to generate leads here, so obviously you're going to lead with that. And then if they're, and then you give them permission to call you as well. Okay, but this is it. What you're looking at right now, and your picture can be, it looks a little distorted here in this image, but your picture can be, nice and big. Okay, right out beside the, the USP and message and all that stuff, and then your credentials, underneath the picture kind of thing. It's basically a business card, header on your website, wherever. Everybody see that? Okay, so let's go back here. Let me erase that. And I need my normal drawing tool. Let's just go back to this letter. Okay, that's what's here in this space, and that's what's missing. Okay, that's number one. All right, let's take another one. Jeff has said right here in the beginning, my name is Jeff, and I am an ordinary, just like everybody else, real estate agent. All right, he says it right there. I'm just like everyone else. Okay, you don't have to call me because I'm like everyone. It's the last thing you can do. Okay, you just can't make yourself into be just another real estate agent. So it's one thing not to have the USP in the header, but oh my God, you don't put yourself into that category of the majority. Okay, that's just a killer, right? And I don't know what else to say about that. All right, so as you're aware, 4S Ranch, one of the most sought-after locations in San Diego. Okay, maybe it is, but why do I need you, Jeff? Okay, so if my home is that easy to sell, why do I need you? Right? Your home is really valuable. Your home is really good. It's great. So good that, and the market is so hot, you don't need me. So you just can't do that. Like, why are you relevant? Okay, now I understand that the USP would help take care of those things, but the way this letter is written is just not very good. It's extremely bad. Okay, and some of you may, I'm getting a couple of emails here. Some of you guys are probably mad because you're like using this letter. You Smart Zip customers. This letter sucks, man. It needs to be definitely redone, and you already know what it should do and what it should say. But in many of you, in your anxiousness to do things, we just make mistakes, is all. Okay? And I just want to go back to what I said. A lot of these people that you're listening to right now, that's not Craig Proctor, that's not Todd Walters, not your coach. They haven't sold any real estate ever. And if they have, it's not very much. And if they do now, it's nowhere near as much as we have and done and helped other people. So it's got to be really careful. All right. So here comes the offer. Always feel free to contact me for any of your real estate questions. I'm more than happy to assist you. Okay? That's just really weak. So don't do that. Okay? Visit this website and enter your special access code, and the answer, and the question is, for what? Okay? And the answer is, because I told you up here, for what? Okay? But it's confusing. The offer's separated. You can't do that. You got to put these things together. I don't know why, if he's got a handwritten note here, why he wouldn't just put it there. Why does it need to be below? Todd, here's a free and quick way to find out what your home is worth online. Here's the thing. If you already know that people are interested in making a move, the offer should be to call you. Okay? And I'll be more than happy to see it. It should say personalized access code since referenced at the top. I just don't like separating those offers there. So those are some real holes in this marketing piece. And yes, I know I essentially rewrote it, okay? But if I already have the lead from SmartZip, I'm probably not sending them an offer to find out what their home is worth online. If I don't have the leads and I'm just mass mailing, then it will be completely less branded, okay, or completely branded. That's it. Okay, it's okay to have a branded offer, completely branded, and you can throw in, find out what your home is worth as like as a piggyback offer. Just understand it's not that effective when you combine those kinds of methods. You're better to separate them out. That's why we've told you the first of the month you can send your branded postcard, middle of the month your less branded postcard. Okay, but combining them not so good. Okay, so why am I bringing this up and in talking about this now? And why is it relevant? Okay, well, as we get into the holidays, okay, which have already been upon us now, and we know 2016 in reality has already started. There's less demand this time of year for real estate on average for most of you. Not for all, but for most. So mistakes like this become enormous. Enormous. As a matter of fact, I've even had a couple of platinum members in the month of December call me and say, Todd, I'm really struggling paying you guys. Like I'm having a hard time paying you guys because of whatever reason they got. And then when I look at their marketing, it looks like this. Like they're willing to pay for this, but the question is, no. The question is not that I'm having some problems paying you, okay, or statement rather. It's a question of what do I need to do to make more money, all right? And which gets into a conversation about what you're doing to make money. It goes back to your last 10 closings and where they come from. Okay, so now that you have a really good idea here of just a basic marketing piece that some of you have seen before, maybe some of you have used it, the holes that it has, the leaks that it had, what it's designed to do, what it's not doing. Okay, now you're in a position to think better about what you're spending your money on at a critical time of year when there is less demand. Okay, and make it count. And really make it count. Okay, so to better help you with that, let me show you what I got for you. On the coaching site, let me pull up the coaching site here. Hang on one second. I'll throw the screen back up in a minute. There we go. Oh, incidentally, while I'm bringing that page up that I want to show you guys, I was talking to a young lady a couple of weeks ago, a Platinum Program member who actually is moving from one marketplace to another. Has no sales in the new marketplace, but hell-bent on making some sales happen in this new market. Has no database, knows no one in the new market. Basically starting over. Okay? So, obvious question is, what do I do to get business? And for me, it's a pretty simple thing. Okay? And let me bring up the file library here. Okay. For me, it's simple. If you want to penetrate a marketplace that is, say, owned by others, it's no different than you. If you are in your current marketplace and you want to go into a subdivision, and there's been an agent there who gets a fair amount of business just because of their tenure there, and you want to take the business from her, okay? The easiest way to do it is just get the business before it ever becomes business. Okay, so let me repeat that. Just get the business before it ever becomes business. So we did it with editorial ads. So the way that I penetrated marketplaces and gained market share and kicked other agents out of their own subdivisions was I just snuck up on them. So I took the editorial ads and I ran them in those market areas. And we got the leads and we got them before they become business. Like we get them earlier in the process, before there's competition, and then we control the lead. It's up to us now to follow through and convert the prospect. And that's it. And we may have been competing with, at the time of interview for the listing, the neighborhood expert, but we had already been there. Like, we'd been marketing to the lead, we'd been following up with the lead, we'd been getting my stuff pre-selling them along the way. So now I'm looked at in favor, and then when we show up and compete with the agent, we'll win most of those. So that's how we did it. I don't know how you're doing it, but that's how we did it. So many of you, in your zest to try to get business now, will avoid that tactic, and it's not smart. So as you move into 2016 and you want to penetrate more market areas, I want to bring you back to the editorial ads, okay? And I want you to give it a go. And we got to find places to run these things, and some of them will fail. You'll spend the money, you'll invest $500, and you won't make money on it. And then others, you'll invest it and you'll hit grand slams. But that's part of this. You are going to have to understand the value of what a listing is worth, okay, and invest some money here into some of these systems that you haven't, okay. So I give you an example. It's going to take me back to the ad generator while I'm on this topic, and I'm going to pull up editorial ads. I want to show you guys something. Okay, so let's just look at this ad just for kicks. Check this out. Okay. Many of you have canceled your information lines. Many of you have. Some of you who make a lot of money haven't. As a matter of fact, what you've discovered is what Craig and I already know, that you will probably generate, on average, higher quality leads 3-to-1 on your information line from these ads over and above your website. You may get more leads from your website, but the leads from the information line likely to be higher quality prospects. That's just discovery from years of doing this. I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't really matter. That's the results. So you would be wise when you tackle this marketing system to know that. Now, let's stop there. There are about half, okay, of the people that need to be on this webinar today. We've got, several hundred on here, okay, but there are some people that should be on it that they're not here. And this is where I'm bummed, because I know that they're out there doing things and investing their money in growing their business. They will run this ad or ads like it, and they will not have the information line, just the URL, and they won't work all that great, and they'll just stop it all together and then chalk it up as something that they believe now does not work. And that's too bad. That's too bad. Okay, because if they were on the webinar here, then like you, they would say, well, I need to be careful here. I need to run the web URL and the information line and then make my decision from there, like a good marketer does. Okay, so wanted to squeeze that in there, but that's not what I brought you to the coaching site for. That was basically to fill time while I pulled up other landing pages and stuff on the coaching site. So let's go back, and I want to take you to the file library. Platinum Business Plans Library. So here we are, end of the year 2016. It's time to plan, okay, our strategy to make our move for a quantum leap. This is called the quantum leap system, not the incremental gains system, as I referenced in my email to you guys earlier today. Quantum leap, a 50% or more increase in business. You must have a plan to do it. You must have a plan to do it. So here we are in the Platinum Business Plans Library. All right? So there's quite a bit of information here, okay, in the Business Plans Library. All of this should probably be printed out and laid out on your conference room table, okay, and worked on, measured, and discussed with your staff and your coach, okay? You already know what the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker business plan is, okay? That's the overall business plan here for you. It's a $4 million real estate business book, right? Okay. So you know what that is. All right, but that's ominous. Okay, we're trying to plan out 2016. All right, so you want more listings. What is your plan to get more listings? Okay, so let's stop there. That's what this webinar is about today. It's about you not slowing down, but putting the gas pedal to the metal and taking off, making a quantum leap assuredly in 2016. It's got nothing to do with slowing down or backing off or waiting on anything. Okay, we want to take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of us. Okay, so where do we go? Well, we look at where we've been. We look at our last 10 closings. Where the majority of income is coming from, that reveals low-hanging fruit. Are you doing everything you can do to exploit those opportunities? And I mentioned referral. If the majority of your real estate closings are coming from referral, are you doing everything you can do to get referrals there? Do you fully have the Platinum referral marketing system in play and implemented? If not, then do more of it because it's working. Okay, if it's something else, direct mail to expireds and FSBOs, can you now market to 6-month-old expireds? Can you expand it even more? Okay, what about the expired editorial ad in addition to your direct mail that you're running right now? Okay, so I think we did a webinar on that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting at, is that you look in the past, what's been happening, now I know where I go. So that's how we start this thing. All right, now, what is my plan then, okay, for moving forward? Check. Now what systems am I going to implement? All right, so to better help you with that, you really want to pull up this Platinum First Month's checklist. I actually got one here. Let me throw it up on the screen. Okay, and just pretend like you just jumped into this program here and check them off. Where are you? Do you have all these done? What's not done that you forgot about? Okay, now there's one homework assignment I'm going to give you between now and January 1, just one. Okay, and it is down here on this checklist. Let me find it here for you. Oh, here it is. There it is. Comes a train. Polar Express coming through Buford, Georgia. Never fails. If I'm doing a webinar, a train's going to come by. You guys probably think they come by every hour. It only happens when I do these webinars. So we have some fun with that. I love my office building. I'm on the train tracks here in Buford, downtown, historic Buford, Georgia. And this is a great place. I just love it here. So, but anyway, here we are on this checklist. Let's check it out. A lot of you got questions. That's great. Go ahead and get them geared up. Get them in queue. Get them written down. Write the question down so that we can answer it here in just momentarily. But this right here would be my #1 homework assignment to you, is this system. Leveraging the listings you are going to get more listings. If you can do this, if you're going to fight to get listings, we mentioned the editorial ads, we mentioned the referral marketing system, we mentioned the direct mail to expireds and FSBOs, all these things. We mentioned some of these other systems, Smart Zip and Bold Leads. You're going to get listings if you are good at follow-up and conversion. You're going to get them, okay? But when you get one, man, you have got to do a great job of implementing this one system, leveraging every listing you get to get more. You've got to see through the property. I know how anxious many of you are. Okay? I know how anxious many of you are, just like me, to get a listing and get it sold and get that check, man. Pay some bills, buy some Christmas presents, whatever it might be. I get it. But there were times in my real estate career where I would love for this listing to hang around another couple of months. This is killer. We're getting so much business from this one property. And, well, your job now is to make that happen. Make that property that you can leverage to get more business. You can hang around for as long as you want to. It's a clue into only what you should be marketing and advertising. Okay, it's the clue. That's what you market and advertise. All right, but this particular system here, and you can see I referenced the Millionaire Agent Maker Guide, Section 5, leveraging listings to get more listings. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that. And real quick here. You know what? I'm just going to take you to the coaching site. So let me get to my normal drawing tools. Erase all these drawings. And let's go back to the coaching site. Let me just show it to you. Here we are, Platinum Business Plans Library. Go to Platinum Lead Generation Library, Platinum Lead Generation Library. And I'll just give you some ID numbers here and make this easy that you want to write down right now, because this is your homework assignment for this month. Okay? You ready? Here are the ID numbers. Okay. ID 751, leveraging listings to get more listings checklist. And ID 766, property for sale syndication marketing checklist. Many of you have started this process pretty good. You're leveraging listings to get more listings pretty well. You started it. I'll give you one example. You start outside the house. There's your for sale signs. There's your secondary sign. It's what those signs should do in terms of focusing attention on your unique selling proposition for sellers. Buyers that have houses for sale. That's what those do. You're going to sell the property anyway, so we'll focus attention on that unique selling proposition. Okay. Inside the property, people come inside. Are you doing that? You got the flyers. You got your business cards in there. You got your recruiting paraphernalia. You get the seller's help, because they've got a card from you that promotes their property. That is basically them delivering to their sphere, people at work, church, wherever. That little business card that has your unique selling proposition on it, okay, to the remarks in your MLS, how you're leveraging your MLS to get listings, and you can do it if you know how. I'll give you some great examples on that. Let me give you an example. You may not be able to say your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it in your remarks. You can probably do it in syndication. We talk about that on the syndication checklist, but in the remarks, your use of words will attract more move-up buyers, for example, if you use the right words. So it's a rainmaking activity. So using the remarks, all of that's covered here on this checklist. And, of course, syndicating the property. All right, even when it goes under contract, like what happens then? Many of you, check this out, many of you have properties on the market at a very short period of time, but they're under contract for a longer period of time. And while it's under contract, it just sits there, like nothing's happening. That's when you want to be leveraging that listing to get more listings. I think Jim Buttrell did a session on this back in Anaheim on these under contract flyers for just something simple, okay, as an excuse to get your performance guarantee unique selling proposition message out there. All right, so that's your homework assignment. Now I'm going to go back to the checklist here, okay. And I'm going to encourage you guys to pull these. So if you want to know where they are, again, they're in the Platinum Business Plan section. And that's where you are right now. Now, here's the last thing I've got for you, and then we'll take some questions, okay? All right, so you got your calendar? Everybody get their calendar? It's Craig's daughter's birthday today, by the way. Andrea, did you know that?
I did know that.
Yep. So that's why he's not with us. They're getting ready to do some big stuff tonight. Have some fun with her. Okay, so if you look at your calendar, at this moment in time, and we're doing this webinar right now, December 1st, 2015. Okay, so I know you're busy, and January 1st, first part of January is right around the corner, but you've got to schedule in a day where you and the key people on your real estate team will go somewhere other than your office, okay, and work on your business. Take these checklists, okay, and business plan, and some of these marketing materials to help get you started, but the business plan section Platinum Business Plan section is where you start here and work on your business. You need to do it for a day. You may only do it for a half a day, but you'll spend the next half a day thinking about what you came up with. But take the day off, and it should be done as soon as possible. Away from your real estate office so there's no distractions, you and your key people. Spread these materials out on the table, conference room, wherever you're going, whatever you're using, okay? And get your plan together of how you're going to attack 2016 and grow your business. I know you have a goal. You already got that in mind. Okay, that's great. But how are you going to affect your business growth? What is your plan to do that? And you've got plenty of them here to use. Okay, and then what systems are you going to copy and implement to make this plan happen? Right? And once you get that together, share it with your coach, and it should be an immediate plan, and then what's going to happen over the next 6 months. Immediate, and then over the next 6 months. Right now, and then over the next 6 months. Because the reason I say that, when you start generating more business now, it's likely that the business that you get, because you don't have the business right now, when it does come in, you're going to realize that you have some problems of some kind. I don't have enough people. I don't have a system for that. I'm not very good at that kind of lead or the responses that that kind of lead gives. It's going to reveal some issues. So that's why you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. Because they plan now, and then over the next 6 months, and it's likely that when the leads start coming in from your implementation of your plan and system, you're going to have to make some changes because you're just not prepared for what the new business is going to deliver you. It's okay. It's the way business growth happens. So that were the big 5 things that I had on my list for you today. Okay? So let me try to summarize them real fast, make sure we got them. Okay? Engagement. Who you're being coached by matters. We coach you on implementing the Millionaire Agent System. We don't coach you on implementing somebody else's stuff. We coach you and train you in implementing our program, our system, our way of growing a business. Everybody should be doing the exact same things at the operational level. Okay? On the marketing level, that's all based on supply and demand in your marketplace and message to media to market match. You have the marketing systems. Some of the words may need to change. That's done with your coach in these webinars and these conferences. So engagement. Number 2, avoid making mistakes, man. Stop doing stuff that doesn't work. Okay? And I gave you some pretty good ideas on that. Third thing we talked about was your last 10 closings. Where did they come from? And why does that matter? So you'll know what you should be working on right now, the low-hanging fruit and opportunities. And then what you are spending money on that's not getting a good result, that reveals some problems as well as opportunities. But which one is it? And we've got to discuss that one-on-one with your coach. Okay? And then we went into the plans. Okay, what are our plans? What are we going to work on? Okay? And which systems are going to help us accomplish those plans? Okay, so that's how you attack this time of year. And you take all of that together and you get it out of your office and into a conference room, down the street, local hotel or something like that. Go rent a room from Regis and spend the day working on your business with your key people and getting this set and done so that you can effectively do it. All right? And if you do that, man, you're off to the races. And it will be a good 2016 for you. I know some of you guys have some questions. I talked for about an hour there, but I wanted to make sure I got that in to help you in your planning on attacking 2016 and making it a good year. Okay? The homework assignment. Leveraging the listings you get to get more listings. I don't think that, I absolutely don't think that most of you are doing a good job of this. You get listings, they come and go, they're in and out too fast, you didn't have a chance to do this, to do that. We can't put signs up in our neighborhoods, Todd. We can't do this, we can't do that. There's a lot of can'ts. Okay, so we got to be really good at the parts that you can do and affect. All right, so see through that listing and see a whole bunch of other properties listings as a result of that one listing that you're getting. Excellent. Okay, now, Andrea, we had a couple of questions.
Yes, we do. We have.
You better take them.
Okay. Mimi is interested in coming to the Atlanta event in February and wants you to update our group on it.
Yeah, I didn't mention the Atlanta February event.
Okay.
All right, so yes, tentatively, checking to see how many people are still on the webinar. Tentatively, yes, we have a Platinum OSA workshop February 1st and 2nd. The reason I say tentatively is because we just haven't signed the contract yet to do it because there's a couple of things that are in the way. And, it's on the books. We've got it all planned out. We've got hotels and everything. It's all sitting there. But the reason it's not posted on the coaching site yet is for good reason, okay? So it's still tentative, and there's still time, plenty of time to do a Platinum OSA workshop February 1st and 2nd and 3rd. This one will be 3 days in Atlanta, Georgia, okay? So all I can do is say right now it's tentative. We should have it formalized and all set and posted on the coaching site here within the next few days, I think, unless something goes sideways, but it's as far as I can go with it right now. I'm trying to squeeze it in because there were so many of you that were not able to attend the San Francisco event that wanted to. All right, so figured we'll do one on the East Coast, and we'll make it open to everybody that couldn't make the one in San Francisco. Platinum OSA workshop, February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, okay, tentatively. Should be confirmed up here soon. Good question.
Okay. Dominique had typed in several different chats, and what he says is 3 website, 7 past client referral, non-branded website, and then he says, do this with my entire team, question mark.
Yeah, well, your website, less branded website, those are not sources of leads. That's like somebody calling your phone number. How they got to your website, okay, that ad or whatever it was that pushed them there, that's the source of the lead. That's the source of the closing, rather. And I'm assuming that's what Dominic's talking about here. Okay, this is the last 10 closings that he had.
He said Facebook.
Where they come from. And again, so let me give you an example. If I pull up a website here, let's just pull one up and take a look at it. Let's go to York Region homesales.com, I think it is. Okay, and then let's go to, let's say, area home sales report. Okay, I got a lead from this page. It didn't come from this website. It's just you can call it a marketing expense like you do your phone number, or you can call it an operational expense, okay? But it's probably marketing because more than your phone number, when people get to this landing page, it's an extension of your ad. It's fulfillment of the ad, so it's still part of the marketing. So everybody get that? Okay. But I know some of you refer to it as an operational expense. I just think it falls into the marketing category because it's an extension of what your ad is designed to do. So I get to the land, I get from your postcard, find out what homes in your neighborhood are selling for. I get to this landing page. I fill out the form, the source of the lead, the postcard. Okay? So let's be really clear on that. And you need to know these things. Okay? And I think that's what Dominic was saying. Does he have a follow-up?
He does. He followed up with Facebook, non-branded.
Facebook, well, look, everything is less branded. Every marketing piece to generate business is less branded except unique selling proposition, USP marketing, branded USP marketing, i.e. for sale sign, okay, USP, okay, referral and recruiting. Everything else is less branded, man. My purpose on delivering my USP, that brands it, okay, so I need to follow through with that. Recruiting, branded. Referral, branded. Everything else, all the other marketing is less branded. Okay, next.
Okay. Jeff Kim is on the call or on the webinar, and he says, hi, Todd, I can give some feedback. And then he says, can he join to give that feedback when you're done?
Yeah, absolutely. Since Jeff, since I crucified that marketing piece that he was sending out, spending money on, and I didn't, and it's not a slight at Jeff. Absolutely, I should talk to Jeff on the phone, and we can talk a little bit more extensively about what he's trying to accomplish with that marketing piece, and then make sure it's doing what it needs to do. So yeah, just Jeff can just email me or call my office, and we'll set up a time to have a conversation.
Okay, we have Jeff's.
So, absolutely, and I got his contact info, so we'll reach out to him and we'll set that up. That would be great. Nice.
Okay, we have
Jeff
Stoffel. Oh,
I got Jeff.
Sorry.
Jeff, I got your number. It's right here. All right, so I'm sorry, Andrea, I cut you off.
It's okay. Jeff Stoffel, more of a comment, he says, you may want to remind people that SmartZip has a CP set of cards and letters. It took me almost 8 months to discover this with SmartZip.
Yes, I'm highly skeptical of them. So I've got several batches of those over the years, and I've seen versions of them. So I don't know what's current and what's not current. Craig would probably tell you the same thing. So that's why, and because of that, because there's changes, and smart numbers makes the changes based on what we tell them. Members go and use them, and then it gets kind of lost on what's the control. So that's why you want to be right up front with your coach on it. So let me just say it again, and I threw Jeff's thing up here. If this is designed to follow up leads that you already have, then we need to go as far as we can on making this a great branded piece to promote your unique selling proposition. If this is to get new leads, it should just be less branded. Right? So that means the postcard should just be less branded. There should be no mention of Jeff. Okay? Like you could send this from Smart Numbers. From what is Smart Zip? Hey, we're Smart Zip. We help people find out what their home value is that are considering making a move. It's a free service. You should check it out. Okay, that's what I mean. It could be branded to Smart Zip, but it not to the real estate agent. So anyway, that's what we're talking about there. So I'll work with Jeff on that. Just make sure. Look, if you guys are using Smart Zip, there's less branded and there's branded. Okay, don't try to combine them both. And people are discovering that. Thanks, Jeff. All right, we got time for one more question.
Okay, this is from Emil. This is about our Friday broker owner webinar. He says, is it designed only for those currently operating as broker owners or suggested for those who have future interest in opening a brokerage?
Man, I wish I had that up. Let me pause that, and I'll answer the question for everyone that has interest in that. Give me 1 second. I've got to pull up my email, and I want to show you this. This is pretty good. I've got so many emails, Andrea. I'm reading one right now from Adrian. On this broker owner webinar conference, we're doing a webinar Friday. There's a conference coming up. I'm looking for the email that I sent you that promotes the actual broker owner conference. I just can't find it. I wanted to throw it up on the screen. Do you have it?
I have several different ones.
What URL are we using so I can show it up and give it to everybody and sell it? And I just wasn't prepared for that.
It's actually, you should be able to see it on the member site.
Well, I guess I got the GoToWebinar link, but we have it actually set up on a landing page on Craig Proctor Coaching.
We do, and just to let everyone know, if you are a current member of our program, you were registered for it by me or by myself this morning, so you should already have an invitation in your inbox, just like you would have gotten for today's webinar.
That's only 27 guys, though. All right, here we go. I got it. All right, let me show that up on the screen here. Here we go. There it is. First ever Millionaire Broker Owner webinar. Okay, people can register right there.
Our Platinum members were actually registered for it this morning, so they would start getting the reminders.
Yeah, we've been sending emails about everybody's welcome to join us on this webinar Friday. Okay, so this has been going really good, by the way. And I've been working with broker owners for years and years, you know, on growing their real estate companies. And it's the same way we grow our real estate sales teams. You have to provide value. It has to be a unique selling proposition. It's all about recruiting and retention of good people around you. It's just a matter of what services you provide. As a team leader, you provide services, lead generation, training and coaching and that sort of thing. So it depends on how far you want to go with your real estate brokerage, but the most effective brokerages do those things. So it's not that much different. But everybody's welcome to join us on this webinar for sure. Okay, so and then you can decide whether coming to Phoenix December, was it 15th and 16th, you can decide whether it's for you. That's what we're doing this webinar for. Okay, so everybody should have the email. You can jump on it. We've got over 1,000 people registered, don't we, Andrew? How many people are registered for this thing? 2,000?
Over 2,000 at this time.
Yeah, so we got over 2,000 registered for Friday's webinar. That's crazy. So, and then people can decide for themselves if they want to come to December 15th and 16th in Phoenix, Arizona, and be a part of it. That's all. Okay? And if you think it benefits you, should come. I can't answer that question for you. If you want to grow your real estate company, your brokerage, you definitely should be there. If you're running a real estate sales team that's already fairly successful, 7-figure income or better especially, I think you should be there. Because of what's going to be discussed. I mean, it directly has impacts you. You're in the, you're in the always be recruiting business, looking for people. So, anyway, hope that answers that question, clears it up for some people. So, but anyway, if you have a follow up on it, zip me an email at platinum@toddwalters.com. Platinum@toddwalters.com. Just follow up with me, and we'll try to answer your question more specifically. And I'll give our buddy Jeff a call here and talk to him about his marketing with Smart Zip and see if we can make some improvements there and share that with everybody who's on the call. So, Andrea, thank you. It's been a good 2016. We still got a few more webinars to go this year, but you've done a great job this year, as always. So we appreciate it. All right, so that's going to wrap up our webinar today. Let's go get back to work. Hey, thanks, guys. A lot of people on the webinar today for right in the middle of the holiday season. So let's go sell some houses. We'll talk to you soon now. Take care.